IPL very soon, which means DTM this year. Baby. That's my superpower. That's my rap right now. And I've got more coming. I just need to wind up to this because right now you still need to get the Clark Kent look. And I've had this in my pocket. And we can go ahead and start.
Okay.
And this is a subject from the Successful Club series. These are speeches put together by Toastmasters that people give in their advanced period to clubs to help them think about what helps make a really great club. And I would ask that of you. What makes a club great to you? What makes a great club? One thing that makes a club really special, makes you want to come back.
When I visit the club as a member, as an area governor, people are friendly. I feel welcome.
Good. Community.
Support.
Support.
Connectedness.
Connectedness. Great. These are things that make you feel like I belong here. I want to come back, and then maybe it'll also lead you to strive a little bit further. So considering that Toastmaster clubs really perhaps have two elements that are very important. One, here they call member interactions, but I like the word community. It's the way we talk to each other, the way we relate to each other, the way we listen to each other. And on top of that, then there's also the learning experience. Do I learn something here? Are you going to stay in a club where you don't grow? We know that people leave after speech 5, they leave after speech 10. Because something in them says, I'm not really gaining anything. It's very important that we as a club work with people so that there are both these elements. That feeling of welcomeness, that feeling of connectedness, also that feeling that we're developing. So how do we make a good impression? I'm going to pick a little bit on our new person because you walked in. Actually, both of you walked in today. Did we make a good impression on you? Were you welcomed today when you came in?
Absolutely, for me, I would say yes.
Did we introduce you at the beginning of the meeting? No. Well, it would have been nice if we had perhaps asked you to stand up and introduce yourselves. And yet, as long as we're introducing you during the meeting, it's a good point. Did we do that to you when you came in? Now, you're one of our newest members. What about this club interested you that made you want to stick around?
The opportunity to advance speeches and hear more tacit feedback.
Did we make a good impression on you when you came in?
Absolutely.
There you go. So we did well as a club. And the way we interact with each other, the way we introduce ourselves to new guests when they come in. And then there are other pieces that speak to the professionalism of the club, such as arriving prepared. This perhaps might be a little borderline prepared, but it's close. And at the same time, we filled in when we had a person fall out. Offering assistance, being mentors in clubs that are beginning, so making sure we're helping people develop, and at the same time, working with even advanced members, giving excellent feedback. That is something we strive for very hard in this club. Volunteering. Well, we'll find out just how well we volunteer after a little while, but I know that this club has been a hotbed for leadership. Almost everyone here has been involved with extraordinary pieces, and Scott was part of the campaign for Michael Barsola to become international director. Many people here, district officers, past district officers, all of whom have led Toastmasters. And that's the kind of volunteering that's important, because one of the things that's great about this club is we have so much to give back to the community. Welcoming guests. We do greet our guests. We do invite them in. We hopefully are also answering questions. I know in my beginning clubs, one of the things important is new people come in, they have questions. What is Toastmasters? What am I going to do here? Do I have to talk up there? When do I have to talk up there? How soon? These more important questions. What is this about? What can I get out of this? How do I develop? What does DTM mean on all these things? These are important questions to be able to ask. And one of the reasons I think it's so important that when we do have new members want to come to the club, it's very important to engage them so they know who they can ask those questions of. Because people are scared to ask questions. Befriend people. Be nice. Invite them to come to another meeting. Make sure you invite them to come back. Let them know that they're welcome to return. We think that people just think they're welcome to come back, but you know what? Sometimes people are a little shy. They're like, imagine if you come to a meeting and no one says hi to you, and no one invites you back. Are you going to return? Creating a club environment has a lot to do with the way we engage, especially the new members. I think that's the benchmark for the success of a club. Show members you care. Becoming a mentor. Showing interest in others. be considerate. They say evaluate effectively. I say evaluate excellently. One of the great things, the reason Toastmasters really works is because we demonstrate, but we listen. And though it's a subtle point, I think people aren't used to people listening to them really well. And when people experience that, that's very attractive. I want to come back there. Wow, they listen to me. They really listen. And it's not the first speech. It's not the second speech. It's when they're in their sixth and seventh speech. And a really great evaluator looks back and says, I remember your first speech. And I want to tell you about your journey you've taken since then. That's the moment where a person gets what Toastmasters is about. The last one, foster camaraderie. Well, if you go out with us afterwards for some drinks and food, you'll see how camaraderieized we are with the English language word there. So keep your club thriving. And if you don't remember everything I said, consider this. It's the simple things that matter. The quality that you bring with you every time to a meeting. The quality of relationship and caring you give to everybody in the club. And frankly, it's the way you hold yourself when you're up here at the podium or sitting there in that chair being a good listening ear. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, John.